Hello, and welcome back to the Drymian Codex. I came here hoping to make a gear, and it turns out this is entirely the wrong place for me to be. That's entirely the wrong way to go. I thought, well, Hammerite Foundry, there's big gears on the wall, you see big spinny gears. I thought, well, maybe this is where I make a gear. Nope. Turns out, where I need to go to get a gear is to the house of the...
Over there! I think something coming in.
The house of the guy who's obsessed with gears. Which would be, the Mechanist dude. Which, potentially if I had, stopped to think a little more, I might have realized that he could have been a good fit, but, this fellow, remember him? No, I've been in here, and I don't remember finding it yet. Oh, you know what? I'm not sure what I just switched off there.
That we, one and next, did raise us up to. For Karas and the Builder! Ah!
I'm waiting right now because I don't know which room he's going to go into, and I don't want him to walk into the room when I'm in there.
The garb of a mechanist carries much prestige with it.
Although maybe it doesn't matter.
Strange times indeed, when the builders chosen must cater to the folly of the unworthy. See how he wastes our time, friend. What
Nope, don't want the lights on.
Can we not keep anything working? The springs and gears conspire and confound.
I mean, I'm gonna have to KO him pretty soon if I can't find what I'm looking for. Aha!
Rats, all filthy and unholy rot.
Aha! This gear is probable. It looks a lot bigger than I would have expected. For where I'm trying to get one, but okay. So that means the quickest way back to where we need to use it is through here, I suppose. But can I remember which way? It's this way, right?
This is what I'm looking for.
Oh. Wait. Just the St. Alban Shields? That's not... I thought this was going to be the way to get to the Drymian Codex. What? Then where... Is this just a dead end, just a shield? Then what, and where am I going? I guess I need to go back out of here. But where am I going to find the rest of the loot? Where do I go for the Drymian Codex? Is it not in the haunted area? I'm really confused. I've been to the end of these crypts, right? Well, if we keep going this way, we can get to the lower crypt. Which, I mean, I've been to before, but... maybe there's something I missed? There's another door that doesn't open. Which, don't think there's anything else here. What am I missing? So, okay, the haunted crypt was... whoops. Hold that spacebar down, Garrett. Wasn't like a switch hiding cunningly behind one of these or anything silly. I guess maybe I should go back and read Lucy's diary again. Yeah. A bit about the new priest sneaking around. I don't think it said where. But then he hasn't found, like, the Inquisitor. I haven't seen the Inquisitor, right? I don't think. Found the High Priest. And knocked him out, but I don't think I found the Inquisitor. Where was Lucy's place? Lucy's place was up here. Quick footstep check. Hello. Everybody's coming at the same time. So I did not expect that gear door to just be a secret. I mean, it was massively called out. It's highly visible. Well, I didn't expect it to be just a shield. I figured the shield would be there because I hadn't found any sign of it elsewhere. It was big. It was a big, kind of visible missing gear, called out with a voice line and everything. Well, it seems strange for it to be just nothing more than that. Hello. Oh, it's this one. It's like, is this not Lucy's place? Hey, Molly. So let's see, sneaking past was easy. Guard was his cups. I'm not the only one sneaking around here. One of the priests sneaking through the basement like he didn't want to be seen. Tried to follow him, but he almost caught me. Not like a priest at all, really. He's suspicious. Right, I guess... Well, I guess while I'm here I should take another closer look around every room, right? If nothing else, there's sure to be some more pieces of loot scattered around that I failed to see the first time. Is anybody coming in here, or is it just walking around nearby? I just don't want to get a sudden surprise from somebody walking in on me. Alright, well, seems to be nothing here. Oh,
Has to come upon me. 'Tis the builder's piece now.
Builder's pizza. Let's turn around and go back. I think I already looked at all these, but you know, doesn't really hurt to do so again. Well, I don't think I'll find anything. Shoot. Okay, then I don't know how long they stay in that room. Not very long from past experience. Let's just wait. Let's be patient. I mean, I could knock them all out again. But... I might have to if they come all this way. Okay, that's good. Turn around.
Tis for nothing.
It's for nothing at all. I suppose there could be something funny about the statue, but I'll just start knocking all these people out, I think, if I want to really get into the nooks and crannies. Maybe I should. Hmm. If you don't bother me, I won't be forced to bother you. I'm very tempted to start knocking heads, just because when you're just looking around, having to dodge guards when you're just trying to search for something you missed. It's a little tedious. Now they're both that way, I think I need to wait for them to come back. Otherwise I won't have anywhere to hide. That's right, I already knocked out that fellow. What's wrong, Garrett? Why can't you mend that? That's very odd. Not suspicious, it's just weird and weirdly annoying. Well... Didn't get too wound up, did they? I think we're good. Alright, but what do I do now? I'm like a burglar who cannot get out but has to keep miserably burgling the same place over and over. Let's get a look in the guest room again, shall we? So we're in the basement. We need to head around west and south. Somebody keeps turning this on and I do not like it. Didn't I knock out the guy? Is it been here before? Like I made a body pile, right? Did I miss something about the Inquisitor? Apparently I did. Oh. Guys? This does not look very, shall I say Hammerite-y. Thorn, you be succeed. Them hammerheads be's fooled, and now you walks the manfuls like you be's one of them. This be's our greatest chance to get the book. Be swifties, be's quick. The book of changings be's ours, not be's left to them hammerheads. I am Coles the Smoksies, Coles the High Fires, Coles the Jacksbury Giver. Asks you be safe, you be succeeding. Shaman Ember. Thorn's Journal, Day 1. I have done it. They hath accepted my credentials as an Inquisitor of the Order, and I have succeeded in entering St. Ferres. Manfuls. Should I be reading this in a Hammerite voice or a pagan voice? Whatever. I guess he's been practicing his Hammerite, right? 'Twas many weary months devising a means to enter this place. Now I must find a place to hide this journal. Day 4. 'Tis loathsome to write such language, and even more vile to utter it. Yet I must not give in to my normal habits of speech, even in my own writings, lest I grow lax and betray myself. This work be too important to chance upon a slip of the tongue or an errant word on parchment. 'Tis dangerous enough just keeping this journal, but without it I would go mad in this place. And I must practice this accursed writing. 'Tis fortunate I discovered this hidden room. It allows me a place to relax my guard for a short time. Under Shaman Ember's instruction, I have even conjured a small altar which provideth the sounds and smells of the green places, the leafy ways. 'Tis a balm in this noisome place. Many long months I spent learning to speak as the foul Hammerites do, that I might assume my role here. I was tutored by an old man named Roosmore, a man of letters who liketh his drink overmuch, but be's well versed in many languages. He was more than pleased to spend along with the months in a warm cottage, with an endless supply of spirits in exchange for his tutelage. Our shaman leader waiteth with him e'en now, that he may use the old man to compose messages to me that would not arouse his suspicions, should they be intercepted. Day 9. I have just received word that our forces are in place. Once I locate the book and am assured of my ability to acquire it, the assault can begin. All the weary hours of learning and living amid the hammer stench shall finally be worth it. When the book be finally ours, then I shall rejoice aloud and cry to the heavens in mine own tongue. Day 14. I search, and still I cannot find the book nor any mention of it. I listen at doors and attempt to loosen the brothers' tongues, but the guards appear to know naught, and the novices even less. I might attempt to question the priests, yet I deem the risk too great. I dare not go too far, lest I give myself away. If anyone knoweth the location of the book, or even that it exists, it is sure to be the High Priest, Brother Gregory, and perhaps Brother Clement, the Archivist. I shall attempt to search their quarters. Day 17. At last I have found the location. Of course 'twould be Brother Clement who hath this knowledge. It lieth below, amid the ruins of a temple. I do not know what this place might have been, but clearly it was once used by mine own people, if the Book of Changings lieth within. I need only make my way through the sewers and down the waterfall. But I must be wary. I doubt the path will be free of dangers. Day 18. I must steal the key to the courtyard gate that I might make my return from the temple, and I must take word to the raiding party encamped in the old thieves' hideout in the sewers. They shall attack the monastery and clear a path to the gates so that I can escape with the book. 'Tis well that they have some barkskins with them. The hammer stand no chance against them. Ha! They shall be tossed about like so much chaff on the wind. Now all that remaineth is to shed these foul garments and retrieve the book. Old thieves' hideout in the sewers? I didn't find that, but through the sewers and down the waterfall. I don't remember a waterfall in the sewers either. Interesting.
Watchers over the hidden city of the woodsy lord. Sums me up on plans.
Getting rid of your Hammerite guard, huh?
Shaman
Well, it looks like we have some barkskins, the tree beasts. Oh dear. These pagans are all unarmed. How do they hope to make us stand against the Hammerites? Well, there's the waterfall. Not sure why I suddenly selected shield and rope arrow for me, but seems like things are happening at last. So I need to, I guess, go to the sewers. So surprisingly, this didn't end up with any new objectives. That's right. Now, where was the way in? Oh, I came up to well. I guess, honestly, sitting back up there and out is probably the easiest way. Go out the front gate again, the easiest way to the sewers. I wonder if anything has changed now. You right there?
Was that thy best?
It was my best. Sorry, I can't do any more serious harm to you. It's a shrine. Where was the ladder up? Yeah, hiding in the corner. Oh wait, this is the chapel one. Which is extremely dangerous to navigate because the door just opens in your face and you've got nowhere to back away from it. There's nothing knocked out from running up here. Where do all these Hammerites keep coming from? God. Alright. Well, I could go back down the well. I guess the front gate is good enough. Front gate's right here. So somewhere near the generator room. Don't know exactly where.
Dost thou see that? Over there.
I mean, there's a waterfall, but that's probably not what you're talking about, right? So we're already down this way. So hang on. Seal map. This was a dead end, right? He's not here. Oh. No, it was here. Right. Yep. There's his investments divested. And there's the waterfall. Huh, I wonder where all the pagans went. On the tree beasts and stuff. They kind of all were going out that door, but I've seen no sign of them in the Hammerite compound or in the streets. I'm wondering if that's maybe some cutscene scripting that's messed up. Ah, they like the greensy torches. And the pitcher plants of death. It's just it's a waste of water arrow, but you know, maybe I can find more water arrows. Dewdrop? Hello? Ah, this be smelty place full with manful stench. This be's dead place full with manful filth. Beds be's hard and stinking, can't sleep on them's. We be sleeps on floor instead, on sweet grasses. Shaman calls them plants, calls them vines, brings the green so we be's more like home. But still them smells. Hope's thorn works quick, kills them hammers, finds them book, gets us home to the leafy ways. I don't quite understand. Hello? It's a very sharp sword for a pagan. I hope I find more water arrows. I'm running quite low. Okay, I don't understand. So, the shaman found out that the book was in the sewers down the waterfall, which is down in this part of the sewers. No, it's the shaman there, right? So, why do they need to assault the Hammerite place then? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. No mossy arrows for me even? Oh, she's guarding at a window, I see. The location be's mine at last. The path be's blocked by a gate of iron, but I be stealing the key soon. You be's prepared, you be's ready. I run us to you soon, and then you be's free to attack the gates while I be's getting the book. Bring the bark skins, keeps the courtyard free from them hammerheads. The Book of Changings be's ours soon. This be's good, this be's right. Thorn be's hero, all be's knowing his name, knowing his deeds. But few be's knowing's the book now. It be's lost in them long before times. Some them be's believing, not be's doubting. But shaman knows. Shamans dream them dreams. Shaman says them words. Shamans draws us them runes. Brings the Jackberry giver, brings the honeymaker, calls the woodsy lord home. But I killed the woodsy lord. He's dead. Lifelesses.
Hey! You be's not allowed here, mad fool. Ready to die?
No, I'm not ready to die. I mean, I'm sorry, you're right, I'm not allowed there.
We bees have all night to searching for you. Or you can just come out right now. Can't catch me.
You need to work on your pagan speech, you're not convincing. Well... I guess... Hello? Something is going on down there. Guess I go over the waterfall as well. Here goes nothing. Oh, we have a passage in the water that way. Oh, hello, these are, clearly creepy Cthulhu worshippers. Or were.
I should be careful in here. There are likely a few traps around.
Yeah. You know what? Before I go there, let's see where this tunnel takes me. Feels like maybe this is caves, right? Oh. Is that a keeper medallion? I'll keep that. Field Journal of Keeper Roland. They came from unknown origins, isolated and beyond the city. The extent of their arcane power is unknown, and we have been very cautious in dealing with them. Keeper Garrett believes they are of pagan origin, but I am not so sure. Clearly they share many similarities, but the pagans are not so powerful. And they seem in some ways more worldly than the pagans, as if they have known more than dark forests and earthly temples. These people call themselves the Drymi, and they name their homelands Drymia. But where that land may lie, none have said. They appear to worship many strange deities, yet they revere above all a being that can only be taken as a trickster, though they do not give him that name. But I have witnessed firsthand some of their rituals, and there can be no doubt. Perhaps Keeper Gavin was correct, and they are pagans, but I believe there is a more disturbing answer. I think it possible, if not likely, that these people represent the race from which the pagans sprang. They seem to have several distinct sects or factions within their religion, each worshipping a different deity. Some worship a god of the air, others a god of the seas, and still others gods of the earth and forests, and there may be more. By their own account, groups from each sect would periodically leave Drymia for new lands, searching for closer communion with their respective deity. Those that remained tended towards a more holistic approach and included all the gods in their rituals. They have a rich written history, and we have become aware of several tomes of great influence, steeped in lore and ritual until they are the very embodiment of it. The greatest of these is the Codex. The Drymian Codex has been known to us since ages past, for it has had a long and mysterious history. We once attempted to acquire it, to control its influence in the world, but it eluded us. How it came to be here is unknown. Because of their power, we have been unable to directly influence it and can only watch and wait. Their knowledge can neither be disseminated nor destroyed, for its power is great and it would be a dangerous tool in the wrong hands. Above all, the Codex must not fall to the pagans. Disaster has struck. There came a massive concussion and the earth convulsed, as if the world were being rent apart. The ground shifted beneath my feet, and I felt myself drop a great distance. The temple has been destroyed, so many dead, many more have fled. A few have thrown themselves over the falls, convinced they have angered their gods and must atone. I thought at first it was an earthquake, but I now believe the Drymi themselves were responsible. They have been exercising their powers during their rituals to an ever-increasing degree. I believe it is this that led to the catastrophe, and thus they have fallen by their own hand, and the balance has been preserved. The Codex has been contained. I have convinced one of the surviving Drymi shamans Garrett, to remain with me long enough to bind the book within a protective spell, to keep it safe until order can be restored, if ever it can be. To do more would have upset the balance. Garrett has been injured and cannot make the trek to the surface. In truth, I do not know that I can find a way myself, but I must make the attempt, for to remain here is surely to perish. Garrett sleeps, exhausted by his wounds and his ordeal in the temple. I have done what I can to ease him. I have placed my medallion on him and bound it with a word of warning. It will keep him safe enough until I return. Should I not return, I pray that this chamber, this temple, and above all, this book, remain buried here forever. So Garrett, rip Garrett. Okay, so that was the temple back there that we found, and this was where the Keeper came trying to find a way out. So if there is a way out of here, us, no doubt it lies this way too. Hello? Don't mind if I do. Don't mind at all. Well, I guess there is not a way out here. And where did that Keeper go? Because I didn't find his remains. Alright. Well, I guess that's something to wonder about later. We have a book to find. We have a temple to rob. Ooh, that looks like it might open. But how? See no sign of hidden levers. Well, as much as I'd like to put it off, I guess we're robbing the temple. When I say put it off, I mean till next episode. I don't mean I have any reticence about robbing a temple. Garrett, reticence about stealing from anyone or anything? You have to be joking. Well, they have statues of death. Maybe traps, he says. I mean, look at all this loot. Traps, indeed. Well, no traps, but dead end already. Unless. Oh, that opens the door. Alright. Are any of these others usable? Probably not, right? Aha. I mean, this is a tomb, right? Not a temple right now. Oh, I'm still not going to be able to get through there. I thought I could clear out both bits of... Thought maybe I'll be able to clear out both bits of rubble, but... What? I heard footsteps running away, but I didn't see anybody. Maybe I just didn't look around fast enough. Well, I'm busy collecting loot. Look, I've almost reached the loot goal now. This is valuable stuff here. There we are. Loot goal reached. Alright, there's an upper floor that's somehow accessible. I don't think I can get there from here. Maybe there's a passage? Or not, maybe this is just a pool of water. Hang on. Get my breath back. It's like that's not a switch there. Now what? I can't get over there. There's no wood to attach anything to unless that's wood. Don't think so, right? That's all stone. That is all stone. I have these rip arrows and I've not used them once. No, I used them once. In the Hammerite place to check the rafters, which did not have anything of value. So what do I do now? What am I missing? This feels suspicious. It is suspicious. I'm wondering if this down here is supposed to be another... another switch. Wait, where did that rock go? But if it is, I can't prob it. Wasn't like a switch hidden in one of these. I mean, those might be switches up there, but no. Actually, question. Is that dirt? Can I get a rope arrow in there, and will it stick out far enough for me to get access to the wall? What do you know? Can I climb on it though, is a different question. Maybe I should not put it so close to the door frame. Try that again. I have no idea what triggered the trap, but I also don't exactly know where it's coming from and how I'm supposed to avoid it. Also, I'm dying here of mere gravity, as well as traps. Right, well, this feels like what I need to do, but also not. Because I can kind of almost mantle onto that, but not quite. So what am I missing? Why does this mantle fail? Not gonna bother with my health potion if I... So incredibly clunky. If this is the way I'm meant to do this, then I'm not impressed with this piece of design, because... This is... unfun. Unless I'm just supposed to, like... Well, these aren't big enough for me to climb in there and jump across, which would be the obvious thing. Am I supposed to get up there that way, or am I supposed to be doing something different? There's definitely a secret door there. Maybe that's just supposed to hint at it, and it's inactive, just falling in the water, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why my mantle is failing up there. I don't know what the trap is that I'm triggering that's supposed to be doing something. Whoops, wrong button. I had to put my bow away and hit escape instead. Let's try again. Alright, I don't know why the mantle worked this time. And why I didn't trigger the trap this time. But I suppose I'm up here now. Oh, that'll have to be good enough. It's a very weird trap to trigger from over here. Alright, well, we have new places to explore, so... we'll be doing that next episode. Until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.